FM19.
Hello folks, welcome back to the second leg of FC Inter Turku against Dinamo Brest. Live and exclusive from my computer. That's supposedly the Veritas Stadium or whatever it's called. Please don't fiddle. Literally the last thing I told you before we came on. Don't fiddle with the things. What's the first thing you do?
Don't fiddle.
You do fiddle with the things. I pre-recorded the bits that normally I do without him because he gets too uppity. So the words coming up shortly. Similarly, so you have an overview of the game we went to last night, actually at this point, which was between Inter and HJK at HJK's stadium.
It was who won?
Yes, don't tell him to who, because that'll spoil everything. It's not a big spoil. It's on the internet. You should already know. But anyway, we're going to leave that bit to its own device. Please don't kick that. Suffice to say, I think we're going to where this weekend?
We're going
to Stockholm.
Stockholm.
And so we're not going to catch any of the games that are taking place here this week, but we are going to catch a couple of games in Sweden. All things going well. Fingers away from there.
It's in Sweden, Stockholm.
So
it's actually Finland's neighbor country.
Yep. We're going to have some compare and contrast about that, whatever the next game we're playing is. And speaking of games that we're playing, we're going to do a taste test in a moment, but let's just have a look and update where we're at and what we've been.
How much games are coming.
We've most recently, our goal score. I didn't realise we'd like a 25 game scoring in every game stat going until Dinamo Brest stopped that happening. So I'm concerned now about them tonight. And we continue unbeaten for quite a length in competition since before the cup final. A lot of draws there lately.
That was 2-0 against Allo to beat the cup.
Yes, to beat the cup. Hands back.
Get the cup.
So, either way, our travelling support of 103 to AGF and 115 to Dinamo Brest will hopefully be far outweighed tonight. I'm hoping we breach 6,000 for the first time for the AGF game. I mean, it's one thing to be playing TPS, but this is a different matter. This is in the 8 o'clock on, I suppose it'll be probably closer to 10 o'clock in the real world of, what would you call it, night of a, Thursday night here in Turku. It should be warm enough, it being the middle of July, but the beginning of August, but we'll see. So yeah, we drew 1-1 with VPS. That was a frustrating game because we had far and away the greater share of the play. 141 travelled up to nearly 2,000 at the game. We dominated the thing, and after they scored, 84th minute when we finally got an equaliser, we could still have won it. We hit the post, we hit this, we hit that. It was very frustrating.
We hit the post. One player had hit the post, and he hit the post again, but the second shot, it was straight in.
Yep, that's true. Markula made his return, which is exciting news, especially seeing as he goes straight into the first squad. The advice of my assistants, I don't always take it, but I think I will on this occasion.
Everybody's
ready. The difference between him and Erman, Erman's potential is great, but Markula's potential is as good, and his current ability is as good, and we need to get him back playing because he is going to be the difference. Because also in your absence, we had the disaster of, I'll take off this off the filter. Where is it? Unavailable. Ademi got injured just before the last game, so we tried weird stuff which didn't work. And also Master Kangas was definitely getting a game in the last one. He got injured too. So that was frustrating. Katanen played extremely well in that. No, he didn't play extremely well. He played well. He played his usual game. But yeah, you can see Moonpa actually played in it because he was, even though he's short of fitness, we were short of players. Helmke played, he wasn't up at the races, we'll say. So, back to more of the usual. You can recognise these guys. Mansali had a game off. Guevara played the whole of that game. He was exhausted at the end of it. These guys are tired. They played. This is, I think, the third full game on the trot they're going to be playing. Schalman was very poor, so he's got a lot more fitness because he had to come off. Kuningas played pretty well. Sheriff came on at the end, and he was instrumental in the goal. So, before we get going, Taste Test Challenge time. Tonight we have among our tastes, for me, the black can of, I suppose in Britain and Ireland we might call that export. It's strong original long drink at 7.5%. You can only get this in the official places that sell stuff, which is the alcohol. Whereas you're sharing with me, we're going to try some fish. That's going to be cold fish. We're going to put on a cracker, and it's, well, you can pronounce that. Maybe. Basically smoked salmon, I think. I hope it's smoked salmon. Might not be smoked at all. Yes.
From Finland, and we did never eat these crackers before.
We've had those crackers on many occasions.
Yeah.
Don't try and deceive the general public. Ooh, it smells nice.
Smells nice.
Smell it.
Oh, that sounds very nice.
Good.
And these are crackers.
For Redmond, half the taste is in the sales pitch.
We don't have these crackers in America.
We might do, but I don't know where we were getting them. Oh wow, he's just straight into it. Do you like it? Mm-hmm. It's okay if you don't. That's why it's a taste test. We have a winner. Okay, and I'll have a little bit as well. It's like about €4. I thought we'd go extravagant for the cup, or for the European Cup. Nothing I'm going to say. Too much dry cracker equals I'm not getting the taste of it yet. Let's try it raw. It's alright.
Can I try without a cracker?
Yeah, you can try a bit without a cracker. Okay. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to give it.
The taste is okay.
Mm-hmm. Fingers are all oily now. I'll just wipe them in my child. The big ham. Okay, long drink. Gin max. Whatever they want to say. Does actually include gin.
Or max.
Let's have a taste. Doesn't taste any more of a kick. It's still very, very grapefruity, which is not a bad thing. But as you hear me slurring as it goes on, I always liked you. Right. We're going to take a little break now. You're going to see all the stuff I recorded earlier. It's about 10 minutes or so. And we'll be back after that. Hello again. Yeah, I'm back. I recorded this earlier. Did I say that already? Because I did. Yeah, so a couple of things. Word. Seeing as in this game coming up, I am the man who has the final say. I am the decision maker. I am the special one. The word for special one, or coach, head coach, is this. Here we go again, where I embarrass everybody by trying to speak in Finnish briefly. Palvelmentaja. So Ribeiro is the manager, or the Palvelmentaja for Inter, as am I at the moment. So we'll try that one more time. Pervalmentaya. You pronounce each letter, and if there's a double letter, pronounce the letter longer, which can be difficult for me when I come to double consonants, but these easily pronounced letters doesn't take me as long. Again, as always, ring in to let me know how terribly badly I have pronounced the word. Moving on from the word, we'll go to the news of the last, the sports news, if you like. And the one I'm going to use is that I went to see the Inter against HJK game in the Telia 5G Arena, which last time I was there was the Sonera Arena, and it tends to host the cup final. At one point it was called the Finnmark Arena or Finnmark Stadium or whatever it's called. It's a nice compact little stadium, about 10,000 capacity. We had visited there previously, Redmond and I, in the middle of the winter, and we brought him onto the middle of the pitch, well, not the middle of the pitch, the corner of the pitch, to stand in the snow. You can see, though, if you look at this picture, there should not be grass of any quality at this point. But they've done an amazing job working on it and keeping it clean. I was told by my wife that it snowed over the weekend, at least in Turku. So I'm expecting that Helsinki was no different. There's still patches of snow throughout Helsinki. So I would expect that there's probably been a lot of work to get the pitch in this quality of condition. Is it partly non-grass? I don't know. Actually, what I'm going to do right now, because I should have done this beforehand really, shouldn't I, is look up the Telia Arena and see if there says anything about what the quality of the pitch is, because I was very impressed. Very green, the ball seemed to run nicely on it. It felt like it was the right kind of stadium you'd want for this. Artificial turf, well, that explains that. If you look at the Wikipedia, because I'm looking at it right now, don't tell anybody, you can see sort of some of the side pitches around it. There's an artificial turf pitch behind one of the goals. There's more pitches behind another goal. You can see from some of those pictures, I don't know if I'm putting it up now or put it up earlier, there is a big tent behind it, and that's where they played their indoor games. Redmond and I, we got our tickets early on in the day, went into the shop in the office. Very nice, very pleasant, very welcoming people, as you would expect of Finns generally. But yeah, it's a lovely little stadium. Now, I would say, I think I'm on record somewhere at least, as saying that, at least prior to this year, my favourite experience in a mainland European stadium was probably going to see HJK playing Haka here in 2012. Really nice vibe. It was a lovely summer's day, so that helped. And a really, lovely stadium. At that point, it was about 10 years old. Now, I mean, it's still a very nice stadium, don't get me wrong, but you can see the seats are wearing. The seats aren't up to the knocker in the same way. We were sitting over in the Inter Turku fan section, the away fan section, which is very small. I'd say there was maybe 40 to 50 away fans at the game. A couple of them were talking to me. I nodded, I'm sorry, I don't speak the language. I had a good chat with one of the stewards for a little while. It's a nice place to watch a game. It's a real shame that I'd say there was maybe 3,000 people in the stadium. It felt empty. The opposite side of the pitch, the one away from us, looked empty, or the opposite stand looked empty. The ends looked pretty full, and I mean, our section wasn't by any means full, but it felt at least like it was occupied. The fans on both ends were great for noise. I can't tell you about the middle or the opposite side because I couldn't hear those as well. But our guys gave what they wanted. Gave what they got. And like I said, last time I recorded some of the audio, and I'm hoping to maybe squeeze it into some of our match day coverage here, live and exclusive on my Football Manager channel. As for the game itself, we got there about half an hour early. The toilets, by the way, I was meant to mention that. The toilets, porta potties, in this day and age. This is finished in 2000. This is a, less than 20-year-old stadium, and we've got porta potties for the away end. I have a feeling the away end was an afterthought because there's like a number of seats between us and the next section, the end section. Number of seats just pulled off the things holding them up. Some of the seats are getting tired. The seats are tired. And that's, to be expected. It's 20 years old. Very mixed fans coming in and coming out. I think we could have kind of gone out earlier if we'd wanted, but Redmond and I wanted to stay to see the end of it and let some of the worst of the human traffic go. So the game itself, Turku playing in red, it was all HJK for the first little bit. After about 30 minutes, one of their players went off. Who was it? Oh yeah, Risky went off, and that changed the game. It became more even. Risky's replacement Mensah still scored the first goal in the 66th minute, and on the 75th minute, well, just watch this. I was actually trying to record the Turku crowd and got caught watching the game when I should have been moving my camera. Yeah, that was an amazing explosion of excitement. Oyala scoring that. He came on as sub for Kuningas, I think it was. He played pretty well. He certainly gave the whole team a boost. But unfortunately, seconds later, Mansa gets his second goal. It's a horror show of a goal for us. Shot hits the post, smacks off our goalkeeper's head, hits the post again, but squirms out right into Mansa's direction. Is 2-1 a fair result? Probably. Did we deserve a draw? Maybe. Was it a decent opening to the season? Yeah, I would say so. There were 2 games on the night. I think the other one was KPV against Rops. I could be wrong on that, actually. But the other game that was on that night was a 2-2 draw, which was, entertaining. What I'm going to do now is have a look at the programme. Was very, very disappointing. A single colour photocopy, which feels wasteful when there's so little colour on it. But have a look at that team sheet there now. You can see a couple of overlaps with the 2 teams. Looking at the 2 simultaneously, for HJK, Rafina and Faith Friday Obilor are the only 2 defenders who started. They also had Alo and Risky on. Shaughnessy was also a sub, but that's kind of where the likeness ends. Oh yeah, sorry, Dahlstrom actually started rather than starting as a sub, and Vertainen came on rather than it was also a sub, but he came on. Pelvas was on the subs bench as well. I think, let me double check, I think that was it for the overlap. It was kind of interesting. I must mention, I'll get back to that, but remind me, don't forget to tell me to talk about Dahlstrom before we end. As for our team, Moisander, this was not our first team that was starting, but even aside from that, there's not an awful lot of overlap. Vaiholainen was in the subs bench. Kuningas started, but he was. I think HJK played a 4-3-3 and we played a 4-2-3-1, which towards the end when we brought on Furuholm, Furuholm came on the second half late on, as did Klingenberg and Oyala. But I think when Furuholm came on, we went to a 4-4-2 after a fashion. He came on for Markula. No Markula in my game, but he is in the squad. Peninkangas, no sign of him, but there was a guy in front of us who had a Peninkangas shirt. Mansali obviously doesn't exist there, nor did Helmke. Radetsky. But in terms of, I look at the team, looking at the team list from Inter. Of these players, we have Moisander with us, Markula, Mönpa, Kuningas. Let me see who else. Martinen is in the Inter 2 team. Furuholm is a regular for us. Oyala isn't actually getting his game. We sold Vaiholainen on the subs bench, often on the subs bench for us, and Hoskonen, who's the central defender who we normally have on. So a good bit of overlap, but far from universal. But this is, again, maybe if I downloaded that update and played the March version, I might see a different team. That's it for now. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Nice atmosphere after the game around, there wasn't any kind of big thing going on. But I wouldn't be surprised if some of the games here get a bit snippy between the fans. As for game, it was okay. Wasn't the best game going. It was better than League of Ireland, I would say. No, actually I can't say that. I'm thinking of the Bray game from last year. It's about on a par. Interestingly, the next game I'm going to be, or actually the next two games I'm going to be are going to be this weekend from when I'm recording this, as we're going to Stockholm for the weekend, and I'm going to hopefully go to see Hammarby on the Sunday in the top division there, the Allsvenskan, and then fingers crossed on the Tuesday I'm going to go on a little bit of a journey to go and I think watch maybe second tier football. I'm not too sure, I can't remember. It's two teams I don't particularly know. Fingers crossed that I don't bunch that one, that I can get to both of them. It'll depend obviously on things like, what's my wife doing, what am I doing, and so on and so forth. Otherwise, yeah, good to go back to the Telia, now that it's the Telia and not the whatever it's called, the Sonera. Stadium's not been improved much, but it's a nice vibe of a stadium. Shame about the crowds. It really needs a crowd, I would say, of 7,000 to make it feel what it could do. According to Wikipedia, 5,000-ish is about as much as it gets, which is a shame. But then again, think about it. This isn't Finland's first sport. Arguably, it's not its second, salibändy, which is basically the second sport in the country, is the sport that players of the first sport play to keep fit during the summer. Either way, the league is going. Thank God the league is going. And we're back. Thank you, Redmond. So, let's get going with this. We have... we still... Turku is still out. If we go out tonight, he will definitely... he's super ready to get back. But if we go out tonight, we will have had him for something like 32 games, something crazy, and he won't have played since like the second, and he'll have missed the European games, which is kind of why, actually it wasn't kind of why I signed him so far in advance of even thinking we had games. Match preview.
Excuse me, can we just stop so I don't miss anything? I'm just gonna get flavored water.
You go get some water and flavored water, and I will update on team selection and stuff. Same problem as before. We're playing a team. Redmond, are you going to do the thing, or are you just going to waste time?
I want flavored water.
Go on. We're just back from a week's travel, and man, I'm looking forward to sleeping in my own bed without him. Anyway, the impossibility of playing against a team with players who don't exist. Hard to know what any of them really are. Are they very tall? Tallish? Not massive. I was meant to say Matthew Latti, we sent him off on a loan to Haka. Basically, the reality is his only league appearance, he got sent off after 11 minutes for 2 fouls and 2 yellow cards. He needs somewhere else where he can grow. Of course, that's a guarantee now that we will have a massive midfielder shortfall coming up. As you can see, Markula hasn't really played with Shalman because I think Markula has been injured since Shalman's been here. Feels like he's been gone forever. Helmke has been gone forever. Mantila's still on his way back. You can see he's not quite up to match fitness. Bit of a risk putting Markula on. I've been warned he should only play 75 minutes. I will probably ignore that. Helmke, similarly, isn't ready to play but should be monitored. He's ready to be in the squad. If he's alive enough, he's well enough. So yeah, we've got bizarrely 3 defensive players there. Helmke would be good to bring on for somebody. Helmke and Hadretsky, 2 of our bigger signings. Will you close the door, please?
I will.
Thank you. Both on the bench, and the other one essentially.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back, Redmond. What did you say?
So,
did you thank Mammy? Oh God!
Can I show everyone what this drink is called?
Okay, go on quickly.
Everybody, this is flavored water.
There you go.
And to make it, it's actually you put the flavored in and put in the water next.
That's right. Now, everybody knows. Let's get on with things.
It's good.
We're going positive. We'll probably go attacking quickly.
It is good.
I've been advised not to focus down the right.
It's good, everyone.
Yes, it is good, Redmond, but we're in the middle of trying to do something, aren't we? So with Sheriff up front, we're going to try and hit early crosses. Maybe shoot on sight, actually. Run at defence. Take off, be expressive for now, so it's something we can go to. We're going to go direct. I don't generally play direct, but we're going to go direct to start. Because I want to score a goal, 2 ideally, and kill this off. We are better than them. I'm just concerned. So, anyway. Where are we going? So, subs. Not quite back to full fitness, but they're nearly there. I'm concerned about Guevara, which is why I have the 2 guys. Groningas and Schalman. If it doesn't, thank you. If it doesn't click, we have problems. We got our top scoring players as best possible on. Sheriff is 6 at this point.
He's not very nice.
Has been left off. Who's not very nice?
Him, like because he has red and yellow.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get on with it. Team selection. Yes, go on. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Bottle of beer. What do you say to the general public? When you belch, what do you say?
Excuse me.
There you go. Now be careful, don't grab that by the top. Okay. So they have a manager. They're going compact as anything. Nyman's going to get sacrificed at some point to bring on an added person up front some way or another way. Ugh, not what I wanted. I was hoping they might be a little bit more open. Again, only 6 subs. So Moise Sanders recorded 8 clean sheets. Make this number 9 and I will be very happy, because that means we at least get to penners. Yeah. Nyman as captain, Sheriff, our top scorer, Groningas alongside. To be honest, Mikitalo and Guevara I think have 5 each as well.
He's our star.
Please be careful with that liquid right by all these electronics.
None of them are stars.
No. Right. Let's see what we have to say. Look at opposition instructions first. Ziluk. Going hard but fair. That means hard. We'll look at him that way as well. Attack those wing backs. Let's see what we got. Right only. Left. Right. Either. Screw you. Left. Oh wow, they've got a fairly balanced team. Okay, right.
Right.
Left.
Which one is neither?
Is left, yeah. What do you mean which one is either?
Neither.
Either.
Which one is either?
This guy. So we don't want to waste our time putting him on that. And we'll also go in close on him. And yeah.
So if you set him off and he doesn't have any foot, then he just plays with both.
Yeah. Guevara's conditioning seems a major concern. Recent form is unfortunately spreading false confidence. We've drawn these games. We haven't confidently won them. Tactics I'm not going to worry about. We've looked at the opposition. Team talk. Challenge them to prove a point. Come on, lads. Do what you can.
Good.
Finger out.
Finger out.
What should I say? Passionate.
Passionate.
Assertive, maybe. We should be winning this one fairly comfortably.
No. Yes.
Great opportunity to show the pundits. Okay, that went well. Mikitalo motivates Sheriff. That's good. Defenders. A lot more to come from you. Yep. Screw you, Hoskonen. Nyman.
What do you screw Hoskonen?
You don't want to know.
I do want to know.
Well, not on this occasion. Kuningas, let's say. There's a lot more to come from you. Yeah, okay. So a fairly happy team. That's probably not going to end up badly in any way, shape or form, is it? End the team talk. Get on with the game. Here we go, folks. 90 minutes. Or 120 minutes. We'll know pretty quickly.
We're playing in a real colour.
Yep, we're playing at home. This is our first home game in... The last 4 games have been... All the games since our first 2-2 draw with AGF have been... Thank you. Every game we've played since the 2-2 draw with AGF has been away. So this is our first home game in... Since
Turku.
then.
Oh,
yes! Hoskonen. Okay, he was super confident.
His first goal.
So it cannot be... There can't be extra time now.
Hoskonen's
90
first
minutes,
goal.
folks. No, he's scored quite a few. He scored a couple of penalties. That's a nice header. Mikitalo's corner was bang on the mark, wasn't it?
Bang on the mark, yes.
I was hoping I wouldn't need... Oh, God. Mansali's twisted his knee. Quick sub. That's awful news. And Peninkangas is no Mansali, I have to say. Preferred foot left. He doesn't have the pace. He doesn't have... He's a good player.
Oh,
That's bad news.
Why?
Because we didn't want to have to make a sub before 10 minutes were gone. Okay. Oh, please don't attack down the right. Yes. No, clear. Go on, shot. Schalman shot. No. Corner. He didn't look like he threw himself in front of that now, to be honest.
That should be a kick out.
No, it's a corner for us.
How was it?
Peninkangas has a good shot. Oh, another corner. Bravely in front. And from Schalman again.
Going over again and again and again.
Mikitalo once more, I presume. Yeah. This time. Oh, no, that's too far.
And
that's not going anywhere.
And that's a throw-in?
Yeah, but that didn't come to anything of use. Come on, I'd like to get the second one. I really would like to get a second goal before anything else. They've had one shot so far to our 7. Only 2 of ours have been on target. I suppose there was 2 blocks. Markula is about to get booked, is he? Welcome to the Europa League, Markula. Here's a card to take home and cherish. Booked, ease off tackles, make changes. Oh. That's terrible, and let's hope that's the last attack we see from them today. So they're sticking with their blocked midfield. I'm gonna keep it on positive. Might change the passing style in the second half. Come on. It's raining heavily, so yep, that's what I was hoping for.
Well, you're hoping for a raining heavily.
Them to make a mess up there. Oh, go on. Oh, yes! Cunningus!
Cunningus!
Guarantees
He
his
does.
place. I mean, he's been
They're
always
cheering,
there.
like-
It's his 4th goal of the season. Schalman with the cross.
That was a cracking goal.
It was. Again, it makes me feel that had they made any effort in the first game. Oh, that was just such a beautiful volley. Not great placement because the keeper should have had that. But now definitely on our side. Of course, we've come back on multiple occasions from a goal and 2 goals down in Europe already. When we were 2-0 down in our home game, and we won our away game. So I'm not inclined to just take that as granted at this point. Sheriff's
All the
not doing
kids are
great, but
down.
his job is a horrible job. So let's leave things alone and watch what's going on. Cammy got a yellow.
No.
Cammy has the ball.
Cammy.
This is dangerous weather. I might shift them on to... That's hopeless.
That's a corner.
No, it's wide and well wide from Cunningus. Thank you for dragging that as loudly as possible across the table. Thank you. Jesus, Redmond. You really are looking for trouble. Cammy, yeah, I want to make that change. Gonna make that change. Oh, Schalman again. Oh, could it be again? Oh, what happened? Same foot as the last goal, I think. I could be wrong. He might be right-footed. Let's see if Cunningus is right-footed or left-footed. Left-footed. Yep, he made a hames of that. But hey, we're 2 up. I can't fault him right now. And that 3 minutes of time. I suppose Mansali's injury.
Up halftime. There it goes. Done.
I don't know if you feel it at home, folks, but this seems to be carting along at a delightful pace. Let's have a look down. Any word from how Ilves are doing?
See how all the teams are doing. Wow!
Ilves or Dundalk? Let's see. Don't know. No. Let's see what's going on. Actually, I'll look at the other place. Either way, haven't conceded any, hardly conceded, just the one. Good number of touches in the penalty area. They've hardly conceded any good free kicks. But they're not playing great. Tiny amount of possession for somebody who's chasing a game. Because they have to score twice, minimum, to
Get back.
stay in the tie. They'd go through on that. Let's see what's going on properly now. Where's Ilves? Want to see how Ilves... Put your tongue in. Milan are cruising through. Sarpsborg are getting a bit of honour back in their game. Let's see. Aberdeen are going out at this rate. Ooh, that's not good. Zenit are cruising against Dinamo Tbilisi. I've seen the draw already, by the way. I won't be telling you about the draw until after the game. If we win, it'll be its own little thing. If we don't win, well, I'll probably just tell you how it went.
I'll just come to tell one thing to my mom.
Okay. I'll do the things while you do the talking. Yeah, that's the wrong place to be looking. Yep. Hibs are beating Lech Poznan. Let's see. Looking at the completely wrong one. That's mad though. Lillestrøm beating Aberdeen. I mean, Aberdeen are not great anymore. We have to accept that. Ilves are winning against Proletar. So 4-1, and that's the away goal. I mean, Proletar have 2, but they have to basically score twice to stay on, to keep in there. Ilves, fingers crossed they get through. It would be great for the league. Dundalk winning against Slobda Tuzla. That's great news as well. Close the door.
I closed it.
That door is not closed. Please, Redmond, calm it down. Okay, so stat-wise, you're going to sit down and be bored and then cause more trouble? Yeah, that's your game. Hoskonen is our top player at the moment. What do you say?
Excuse me.
Yeah. Somebody is the centre of all the attention. 4 blocked shots. So we're really putting it to them. 4 shots on target, 4 blocked shots, 13 shots total. Hit the woodwork. No clear-cut chances, but 2 half chances, and we score. I presume we scored both of those. Stop that. 4 long shots. So much more possession. 11 corners to 1. Offside twice. I've attempted 208 passes to their 188, and better passing ratio. We haven't got our crosses on as well, but then we've still got 52 attempts at crosses. Folks, that is how to play the football. In my opinion, 2 yellow cards that could bite us. Cammy's particularly if he's been booked already. We've run a good 5 kilometres more than them. Yeah, we're basically half a point ahead of them as well. Player ratings, yep, better. Sheriff not having a great game, but he's got the impossible job. He's got the thankless job, I should say. I'm not changing my formation at the moment. I've no reason to. Yeah, we're staying to the wings where we do well. Hoskonen. That's nearly a full point better. And their goalkeeper is their best player, which says something. Their worst player is their central defender, and our worst player is our striker. Interesting that. Summary. Interesting stuff. 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 goal, 1 assist. Only 59% pass completion. No chances.
When can we play the second half? What does that
We're playing the second half soon.
We're getting there. Say?
It says, they've made a substitution. 3 mistakes from Mitetsky.
3 mistakes.
Belarussian.
Is
that the same fella? Yeah, it is. They got rid of their weak link. Or weaker link, anyway. So, let's see what
Blocker.
What's this guy got to say? Guevara's conditioning. Defending set pieces. Probably a good idea. Shooting
These are at the full the
long range passing backs. Letting us down, connecting our passes. Let's go short. I did talk about changing that up. Focus on attacking set pieces has paid off. Nothing particular to note about tactics.
I have a bigger nose than you.
I'm sure you do. Finger out of your bigger nose.
What is that?
Would you stop poking and pointing and generally being annoying?
Beep.
Be a nice change. So, about him, hard and fair. I like hard and fair. Better not give away a penalty. I don't think we've really given any penalties away, to be honest. I don't think that's a thing we have done yet. Hard and fair. Definitely going in hard. That is my thing, is hard.
Hard. I go hard because I hold that plate.
Let's see, what leg is he? Left only. A lot of lefties. Wonder if this is, the radiation that is destroying Belarus. Folks, if you don't know, Belarus has been wretched for radiation. Because it's basically, when Chernobyl went in 1986, it all blew that way. So, if you can spare a penny, there are many good charities that help that are helping Belarus. I don't know how it is now. It honestly has been years, but I know it has been a thing. No. We're playing the game now. It's nearly bedtime for you as well, mate. Okay. Let's bring it down the right as well. Bring this back to shorter. No time wasting. Extremely wide. Mixed crosses. Let's work the ball into the box this time round. That generally suits Sheriff better. Oh God, Redmond, sit, would you? Would you sit? There we go. Out of possession. I've got nothing really I need to change apart from I wanted to just change it shorter. Let's talk to the boys. Go out and prove points. Passionate. Very pleased with the performance. Keep going, lads. Who that has a heart would not realise that they should keep it going. Penningas, playing grand. Doing the same as Mansali was. No better, no worse. Honestly, if he can just keep his lines and make sure everything's good, I'm good. Don't let attacks down the right. Start the second half. Here we go. Turn this down a little bit. It's a bit loud.
Alexa.
It is horrible loud. Oh, I remember something I was meant to do.
What?
I'll wait 10 minutes and Panning Kangas doing the thing I was going to say. You know, stay on your feet. He stayed on his feet and made sure the other guy didn't, which you can't ask for more than that. I think I might bring off Sheriff for Furom. Great chant for Furom. Just really simple.
Card for them.
Do I go in hard on him? I don't think so.
Oh,
Let's see if we can get a third. I'm not gonna, try and destroy him. Of course, if we concede one, I'll destroy my players.
That's how.
Pass it. Good pass. Mikatalo back to Penninkangas, and who loses it with relish and ease. And that is an open doorway. Moisander can't hold it because it's wet. I was impressed though with how quick Hoskonen got back. I think
now
it was
everybody
Hoskonen
has
on
to
him.
kick it.
That was not what I would have seen as being a good corner. I still have possession though. Oh, nice 2-man tackle. Yeah, a 2-footed tackle is one thing, but a 2-man tackle is a thing of beauty, Redmond.
Oh.
That's a good tackle too. Won the ball.
He won the ball, and now it's a throw in.
So they're still going
Switching
with
off
their...
and switching off.
And let's go and deal with him. They've used... No, I suppose we've used one of our subs already. I was going to say, they've used all their subs already. No, of course they haven't used all their subs already. No, Silev. This is... Yeah, they're really jumping their players around. Not ideal, but you do what you have to do. And if I was 2-0 down, I'd be doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Although I wouldn't be putting... If I had the option, I wouldn't be putting a right-footed player on left wing back. It's going hard on him as well. And while we're here, sure, let's have a gawk.
I'm going to be sitting.
This. I won't have him stay on feet yet. I'm going to wait a little longer. Actually, let's just make sure I have everybody for everything. Hard. Yeah. Okay, confirm changes. Things not going great for Sheriff still. Oh, God. Hoskonen's doing even better. Markula doing great. Shalman and Kuningos. And Sheriff is going to have to come off after this. It'd be lovely if he scored here, in which case he'd stay on for a little bit longer. That wasn't good. And back. Good man. And pass it on. Markula. In real life, he has a man bun. He's a really good player, though. He started as a winger last night. Oh, Sheriff nearly scored. Lovely ball. He's got the look of Furom at the moment. And that's the man who's going to come on for him right now. He's ran his legs off. Going to be thinking about Markula as maybe Markula or Guevara as the other Substitution. Yay.
Yay.
So, Sheriff. Off you go. We'll bring on Shalman. Furon. Let's change him up to the pressing forward thing and attack. And let's change this around here. Early crosses, shoot on sight, and see if we can pick up anything from that. Odd as it sounds, I do find that changing things astutely can meddle with the play of the opposition. I've always tended to go asymmetric.
Switching on, switching off for us.
That's for us. I've tended to go asymmetric, and that generally is something that the computer is not able for. Although I've never had as successful a season as this. Oh, go on, Markula.
Yes, Markula.
Oh, you're going to shoot. Oh! Third goal of the season. Markula's proper.
He did a somersault.
Yeah. I don't know if he played a full game last one, but his first game in Europe under me is going well. He's done a bit of everything. I'm sure he'll get sent off now that I've said this. But I think we're going through to the next round to face an opposition. I'm pretty sure who I know is going through. We're going to go through to play, and they've changed their full back. I mean, honestly, I have to say, in the league we have. We've been basically cruising through slowly, getting our draws, not doing as well as I'd like, but I gotta focus on Europe. This is where the money is. After this game, regardless of even if they get 3 more goals and come back, I'm not going to do anything with him. He's grand. Even if they get 3 goals and come back into it, they're not playing well. God love them. Stop tapping that. I ask you to stop tapping that every time.
Okay.
Even if they score 3 goals and we go out, we still get 260,000, which basically means we've gotten 500,000, which has wiped out our debt.
So we have to win this game to be in the league.
Stay on feet.
Okay.
That will get changed if they get a goal back immediately, or so's the theory anyway. Do I have another sub to make? I have another sub to make. I'm not going to make a sub yet. Confirm changes. Play. And I probably should concentrate. Actually, that's what I want them to do for a little bit longer. Oh God, could we get 4? No, not with a shot like that. Mikitalo's looking tired. We've got a few players who look tired. Gonna wait a little bit longer and then see who's tiredest. Omen's gonna start the next league game because I'm sure Markul will be exhausted after this. Oh yes! Shalman gets the goal he deserves. He was so unlucky against Brest in the first game. 4-0. They're not coming back from this.
They're now very sad that we.
They've got to be exhausted now at this point. Nyman, nice. 4-0 in Europe in the second round, not the first round, the second round, folks.
Bang it! That's
They've
smashing.
got to be having.
That's extremely good.
Let's see where we're at.
I
think we're going to take off Mikitalo. He's played every game of late. And he needs a break. Let's bring on... Who do we bring on? Hedrechki is probably the better bet. But I'm inclined to bring on Helmke because he needs the match fitness, to be completely honest. Helmke is probably my best buy. I think that's fair to say.
Good.
Box-to-box support. Let's look at him as a player. I'm going to literally channel a lot of stuff through him now because I'm going to get everybody else to work harder, tackle harder, mark tighter. I'm not going to do anything. Cancel. Let's go to the main tactics thing. So 2 in the first, 2 in the second. It's all very acceptable. Says we can play both ways if we want. Gonna slow down the tempo to the medium. Be expressive instead.
Work it into the box.
No, the crosses are working really well. I think we'll stick with what we've done. Give team talk. A lot to come from you. I believe in you. He's a perfect. I don't need to say anything to him. Confirm talk. And on we go. This is nearly done. I hope I'm not saying so much.
Switching up and switching us for us. Where did you know that up?
Drinking it because it was tasty. Last 10 minutes. Shalman's probably going to get man of the match at this point. Shalman
has to get man of the match because he never gets man of the match.
Poor old Furu and Sheriff look like they haven't done much, but I know by the nature of these players, they've worked their arse off, and the way we're playing is not actually designed for strikers, which means the things we're going to be doing is not scoring massive amounts of goals. Yep, we've killed it at 4-0. Could have probably pushed for more, but honestly, I'd rather keep the players fit for a little bit. 30 seconds left. Even if they got one back. And look at that, we're even winning that. Okay, and we've given it away immediately. Please don't concede a concede a goal, it doesn't matter anything.
Yeah, because we're
it's
still
just a
winning.
statistic thing for Moisander. Really.
We get 5 week.
That's dreadful. Oh wow, that's a throw in even. That's it. Great home crowd. Great result. Inter went into the time knowing they'd take the second leg at home and were able to take full advantage here.
Dad, can I please go to Mom?
Okay, do you want to say goodbye to everybody?
Goodbye.
Actually, get your head in there.
Goodbye.
You go to Mom. Tell her I'll be up in 4 to 5 minutes at most. Let's have a look. Shalman, far and away. And don't forget to close the door. Close the door. Close the door. He closed the door. Right. Sheriff, unlucky. But, you know, their best player wasn't much behind. Wasn't much ahead of Sheriff. 45% possession they had. 19 shots. 6 on target. Only 6 on target and we scored 4 of them? God. Didn't foul as much as they did. Quick look at the updates. I'm still amazed that the team from Gibraltar, if they'd to score a home goal, would have gone through into the 3rd round. Let that sink in for a moment. Let's look from the top. Everton go through easily. Freiburg go through easily as well. Atlantis, if they'd scored at home and kept a clean sheet, would have gone through, but they didn't. Minsk go out as well. Bad night for Belarus. Inter, really good result. That's one of the best results tonight so far. Olympiacos out to Viitorul. Fenerbahce through easily enough. Ike through against Ferencvaros. Riga scraped through and away goals. Rangers scraped through and scoring more goals away, more goals at home than the other team. Jonas Desh gone. Hibs go through. Ooh, they took risks. They nearly went out. They were a goal down at one point. Oh no, hang on. Nope, I was completely wrong. It must have been. Oh, it was Aberdeen. Milan not able to play away from home again. I mean, I can talk, but Cliftonville go through. Jerusalem nearly went out. Lecce. A goal down at home to Titograd, and then they win 5-1. Levski go through as well fairly easily. Aberdeen out. Aberdeen out on extra time, which technically I shouldn't know yet, but that's neither here nor there. If Lincoln had to score 1 home goal, that was it. They were through. But how's ever, such is football. Antwerp go through away to Mold. Oh, Mold. You thought you'd done it all, but you hadn't. Karabakh. Oh, yes, Ilves through. 2 Finnish teams in the 3rd round. This is good for the coefficient. Penalty shootout between Heerenveen and Ruzombek. And Ruzombek go out because they miss more. Disappointing. Yep, they went out after in sudden death as well. 6th penalty, was it? Yeah, 6th penalty. Sarajevo. They pushed Legia or Legia. Not too sure how it is. Olympique Marseille, no problems. Shakhtar Donetsk through. Shakhtar who? Who's this mysterious Shakhtar? That won't let me see who they are. Well, we'll find that out at a later point. Dundalk. They only got a draw. Doesn't help the coefficient at all. Well, it does, but fingers crossed. Zenit St. Petersburg trounced Tbilisi and Zurich. Yeah, they get through easily enough. Match stats very quickly. Us great, them okay. We only tried one more pass than they did, but we did get most of them there. Our crosses, we got more crosses in. Man, I don't think they got any crosses in the second half. We got more crosses in, despite having a lower success rate. But you take more chances. You provide more chances, you score. You have a better chance to score. Was it 9 kilometers more than them? We eased off. Quite a significant difference. Average rating, player ratings speak for themselves. All the greens and pale greens, and we'll ignore Sheriff and Furolm, who worked hard. I always like to make that point. They had a couple of 6.7s, which is basically the average in terms of formations. Yet they didn't change. I don't get that. Look where we live. Look where we live. We leave space in the centre, but look where we live. Any more summary? Any other complaints? Sheriff got mocked, but we've done. We did what we needed to do. We did what we came to do. Well, what we stayed at home to do, really. Guevara must be frightfully tired now. I suspect he won't be starting the next game. I was thinking at one point I was mad to be having so many midfielders, and really I'm only playing a couple, and there's a few fellas who are regulars. But honestly, I think having the bulk of it, having so many, has made the difference. Let me know that we appreciate their efforts passionately. Very pleased with the result of the performance, and they reacted positively because they're not fools. Look at that. Look at that for aggressive, exceptional green. Is this superb? Superb is all right. Right, hand over to the assistant. Last thing I want to do before I close off on this one is let's see how we did audience-wise. How many came to the game? I'm hoping 6,000. I'm hoping to make money on this game hand over fist. I'm going to try and avoid showing you who we drew. So we're just going to go straight to schedule. Schedule. Oop, you might have seen. You'll see in a minute. 327 away, 51.73 compared to 51.67. So we've got a very reliable 4,860 or so who show up for the home games. 327. That's 173, 167. Yeah, extra 10 people came, but technically there were fewer home fans at that game today than was at the previous one. That's disappointing, to put it mildly. Okay, folks, we've got a game with SJK coming up. You're not going to get to see that, except maybe the goals. if the machine isn't a problem. Next vid that's going to be up is going to be the draw. So I know who we're facing. There's always sort of an element of me knowing more than I should know. I know who we're facing. You will soon too. And the SJK game is going to happen. The next game in the Europa League is... You can almost see down there. Oh, tempting as it is to show you. Watch the vid. I keep on forgetting to say... Watch me wife's or look at me wife's blog on Facebook, Joanne's Finnish Musings. There's a link in the thing below. Have a gawk at it. She writes well. She did a thing on food, I think, most recently. She stole that idea from me, but don't tell her. Like, subscribe. If you're still watching at this point, you really should subscribe. You must like it somehow, or it's nice having this on in the wallpaper. I have a nice voice that can be going on in the background. Like, subscribe, all the things that the good people do. Tell your friends about it. If you didn't like it, tell your enemies about it. But for now, I'm going to say I'll see you. Thanks a million for joining me. See you in Europe.